Hello everyone, welcome back to day 11 of 30 days of our AWS cloud journey. I'm Chayan. Today we are going to see the integrations of RDS with EC2 instances. In this video, in this journey, today we are going to create RDS and that will be attached with the EC2 instances, and we'll see about some of the security groups, what pods should be allowed, what about the VPCs part, and everything in this particular video. So before moving forward, if you have not watched the video about Amazon RDS, so go and quickly watch what is Amazon RDS. RDS is nothing but a relational database service where we launch our MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB type kinds of services, database services, and we manage. And it's all been managed by the AWS cloud only. Now, what is Amazon EC2? Amazon EC2 is our virtual servers where we install our it's kind of virtual machines. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's quickly jump to the practical part and let's quickly understand the flow, how to launch RDS and how to move this particular part. So let's quickly go to the our AWS Cloud console and let's quickly launch our RDS. So you have to just quickly search for the RDS. Just go to the Amazon Aura and the RDS part. So it's been opening. Wait for quick 1 second. It's just opening. So we are going to launch our first RDS. We have seen in the last class about the part, but today we will quickly creating and what all the securities parts needs to be updated over here. So we are quick creating a database. Okay, and we are just using the easy create. We are not going with the standard part because we are just moving into the practical for our testing purposes. Okay, then configurations part, what kind of database you want to select. So I'm just using my MySQL part. Second, database instances size has been loading. What the name you want to give, database one or what? So I'm just giving as a database for RDS. Okay, and here the database instances production zip environment slash free tab. So I'm just showing a demo with the free tabs part. In the upcoming, if you are working with any of the kinds of companies, so you can do one thing. You can just choose as if you want to make for the dev, if you want to work as a test, if you want to work as a uh, what is kind of database you want to create. So I'm just quickly creating for the free types part. I've just given the name database RDS and the master username. So I'm just giving my self-made password. So I'm just return the password. Okay, this has been strong, and I have just given the confirm the password. So you here they have been providing the credentials in two ways. You want to be self-managed. I've just given my self-managed. So if you want, password didn't match. Let me quickly do one thing. Let me again. Okay, so password remain. If you want, do you want the EC2 should directly configure for you, or if you want to don't connect to the EC2, and don't want if you want to connect, so you have to just provide your EC2 instances. So I am just going with the don't connect to the EC2 instances, and they're creating the databases. Okay, so the database creations has been started. Now what now? Now let's quickly create. You have to just close, nothing to be choose. Now you have to go to the EC2 instances, and let's quickly create our EC2, a virtual machine, any of the kind of virtual machines. So let's quickly come up over here and let's quickly launch our first EC2 instance. Okay. So what the names you want? I'm just using the RDS database. Then you have to just scroll down. I'm just using the Amazon Linux as a base machine. Nothing's to be changed. 64-bit ARM. Instance type will be T2 micro, free tier eligible because I don't want to pay. I'm just using for the some practical purposes. I'm just attaching any key pair, my old key pair, which we created before. If you want to create, so you can just create from here also. Okay, moving to network, we have been creating a VPC in the same network. The default networks and the subnets are been default, no preferences, any of the subnets, and the auto assign public IP allow HTTPS and the configuration path and storage path. Let's quickly go to the launcher instances. Okay, now we are just quickly the instance has been getting launched, and let's quickly check it out. You can check it out. The database RDS been in the creation state. If you scroll back here down, the status in the creation state. Here they have launched the VPC is this. This is the default VPCs, default security groups. This is the default subnets. Okay, what all those things you can connect directly from compute resources, what all the setup EC2 connections, but we are going with the manuals part. Okay, here you can check it out. One thing's like, is it publicly accessible? There's no. I will show you this demo of how we are going to configure. We have security groups, how to add the security groups. Okay, it's on the creation state. Let's wait, let's go to our instances, and once our instance is launching, okay, so it's coming up. Let's wait for just another few seconds. Okay, it has come up, and we are going to quickly connect with our EC2 instances with the directly here from the console only. We are not launching with the SSH right now because I'm just showing with a quick demo only. Nothing else should be there. So you can connect your EC2 machine with the SSH also, or we can connect with the Git batch also, whatever you are comfortable. Okay, now I'm into my machine. You can do ls. You can just so we have to first of all install the MySQL, or we have to install the MariaDB. So I'm just installing my MySQL MariaDB. This is a command you have for the installing the MariaDB for connecting the MySQL part. So sudo yum install MariaDB 105-y. Once you hit enter, let's start like installing all the MariaDB packages. So we can in the connect with our MySQL, which has been generally in the creation state. So let's quickly check it had been created or not. It's into the creating state. So let's quickly check with the MySQL version. Okay, it has not showing up this way. See MySQL hyphen version, MySQL and this is distributed, MariaDB comes into the MySQL part. Now let's quickly again refresh the configurations have been getting up. Let's connect with our endpoint. This is our endpoint. Okay, what's the command of to connect? There's a command like, let me just clear my screen and let me MySQL -h means here the host name. You have to provide the host name which we have copied from here. Okay, and you have to provide with the username was nothing but our admin. How to check? You can go with the configurations part and you can check it out. The master username is admin. Come back here again to the EC2 instances. We have the name as admin and -p the password we are going to enter over here. So if I hit enter, we are into our MySQL admin cases. Okay, now what two to three things you have to look it out over here is, first of all you have to uh, make the publicly accessible route. What sometimes what's happen if you connect with your work branch, if you are connect with some of your things, you are not able to. If you are into different VPCs, okay, I have don't have VPCs right now. If I launch my VPC in different and my subnet RDS in different and VPC and EC2 is different. So what you have to do, you have to just nothing. You have to just make your publicly accessible. Okay, it's on the backing of a state. Let me quickly do the things. Okay, it's launch. And what you have to do, you have to go to the security groups, and into the security groups, you have to add the port also, the 3360. This is the one of the major concern which everyone was facing. I just got this particular point, how to connect with the security part, because VCP security groups are the one of the major important thing concerns over here we generally place. Okay, so from your side you have to add one of the security groups over here. How to add this? You have to click on security groups. You have to open this particular security group of your Amazon RDS. See, I have added this particular inbound security group. This is the port number 3. If I delete this, okay, let me quickly save the rule the changes and let me quickly exit. Okay, you guys will be not having this particular kind of security groups. Only the all traffics will be available. Now, if I try to connect, so see, it will be not able to connect. Why? There can be two kinds of reasons. First of all, you have to add a security group start. Second, there will be publicly accessible issues. Okay, now what we have to do, first of all we are going to add about the security groups. Okay, how to add, I'm going to quickly show you. Second, you have to make your database publicly. It's not a good practice, but for the demo purpose, but for the practicing purpose, I'm just showing this use case. So you have to do same. You have to first of all, let's quickly create our security group. So we have to edit the inbound rule. This is not a good practice to add this particular security part, but for the simply practice purpose, for the testing purpose, for your use case, we are adding the. So port number range is the database works on the 330 port number custom, and we are just adding 000. Okay, now let's quickly save the rules. The rules has been updated. You can check it out, IPv4 for the MySQL Aura, and TCP, this port has been there. Now if you control C, and if you again try to connect with this particular database, we have been successfully comes under database. Now here we can do lots of operation as we want, like if you want to create the data, if you want to create the table. Now if you again go back to the RDS part over here. Okay, what we have seen, I'm just going to quickly show you two, three things over here. Once you come up over here, the instance part, okay, open this particular instances. You can check it out. The VPCs ID of the both of the our RDS and EC2 are in same VPC only. If they are the two VPCs, so as we have restricted the publicly access sessions part, so it will be not able to connect. So here you have to use the things like VPC peering, because VPC peering works into the two different VPCs, and if you want to connect over there, we are going to look that particular practical it in our upcoming classes. I will make a separate video, but right now I'm just showcasing you how you can connect with your MySQL database into the same VPC. Okay, once you open this, what is the what how to check same VPC? Here you can check. We have VPC 9B3. Okay, again you comes up. This is our EC2 instances we generally created. So VPC ID is 9B3. Okay, so you can check it out. Subnet ID in this particular subnet 823. We have again the subnet is 823. So this is the one of the things concerned over here. Now you can check more of the things. How much? Let's quickly go for the monitoring parts. How much sessions, CPU sessions are being coming up? So 7.61 sessions are being there. What ISA of class been connected? Two connections be ended. So let's do one thing. Let's quickly try to create some of the small demo practicals over here. Let's quickly create our some uh, databases, small like some kind of queries. Okay, so for this particular things, you have to write create data, or let's quickly first of all check show databases. Okay, so if you check, we have this kind of databases. If you want to create the databases, create databases. I want to use databases RDS. Okay, create database RDS. Okay, the database RDS has been created. If you again show the databases, see, you can check it out. RDS has been created. So like this way, you can create the databases. You can use those particular thing. So let's create some kind of tables also. So use, I want to create this particular RDS table, databases change, and I have query with me. I'm just copying and I'm just pasting the query. You can just use any of these particular things. If you want to show, or if you want to insert some kind of data, we have just created some table with the user's name and int all this particular value, and we are just again inserting into the two users. Okay, and if you want to get some of the queries, if you are want to run some queries, like select star from, so here you can check, we have been Chayan at the rate example.com, we have just created right now, and what all those things we have integrated two kinds of data. So like this way, our if you comes up agar, against over here logs and events, so you can check if this is the error logs, you can just go with the monitoring part. Okay, so here they are going to show. Here you can check it out from the 11:30 in this use case we have just heated out. You can just check it for the 3 minutes. Okay, or let's check for the last 1 minute. Okay, so here the subutilizations and everything comes up. We have checked each and everything into the last class also. Like we have, they are just showing you the recommendations. We can just, you can just check for the last 1 hour. What is the high? What is the spike? Goes on, no data available because we have just launched this particular things right now only. Okay, let's quickly go for the last 1 hour. No data is been available to show them. So like this way, they have many things left. They have logs and events, they have configurations part, what all those things you have, resource id, multi ACs are theirs or not. Suppose now if we have the major things concern comes over here, we have created a database, we are now exit, we have been done. Again you connect. Okay, so your data will be not be lost. So let me quickly show you. We have been running up with the same data. Show databases, hit enter. So RDS and same, everything is been there. We have to select the database, use RDS. So see here, everything has been there. So like this way, if you want to modify on runtimes, like if want to modify some kinds of pressure comes up, if you want to modify the things, so you can come up over here. You can just change the master passwords. Okay, you can just change the instance type if you want higher. If you want to more go to the higher way, so you can just two CPUs, 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, this kind of part. If you want to increase the allocated storage also, so you can also increase the allocated storage. If you want multi-AZ setup, like different availability zones, so you can use this particular multi-AZs also. Like this way, IPv4 and DB subnets groups, all are been you can just use over here. Then monitoring part, if you want to enable the enhanced monitoring, so you can just enable the enhanced monitoring, 60 seconds, what all those logs you want to be show up here, then each and everything, and you can just continue. Once you are continue, your log modifications again goes up over here. If you go to the logs and events, they have been storing some kinds of error logs, running logs. This is no logs over here. You can check up over here into the MySQL error login. So what all those things files been coming up over here, you can just troubleshoot on the real time. So that's it. How you can create your quickly RDS, how you can just quickly your click your RDS, and how you can just quickly create the things, how you can just quickly make out the things. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, please share and subscribe. Do let me know if you faces any query, if you faces any questions. I'm here for you. And if let me know, give me a thumbs up once you are connected, once you launch your RDS, once you connect with EC2 instances and try to run some query. This is one of the amazing practical. You're gonna check it out. All right, thanks for watching this video. See you soon in the day 12.